Good morning, my dear lovely family. Hope you guys are having an amazing day, a thriving Thursday, right? So I'm hopping on early just due to the fact that life changes and shifts sometimes. So we have to roll with it. Sweet Joe is having some throat and stuff, and so I'm gonna go take her to my practitioner, and I didn't want to miss out on being able to visit with you guys as we had originally scheduled with our lymphatic cleanse, right? And being able to just really help and support our lymph system. And so what is our lymph system? That's like super important to understand, right? And how it gets congested and how we can support it to decongest it. So our lymph system is a crucial key component to our immune system. It protects us from inflammation and illnesses, right? So our lymphatic system, when it's congested, it cannot protect us effectively. And so that's like kind of icky and not good, right? So there are some ways that it can get congested is just through different, we're going to be looking at some of the ways that it can get congested and how we can then try to clear it out. So first, let's talk about what is our lymph system. So our lymph system is, again, a critical part about our immune system. It protects us from inflammation and illnesses, and it keeps the fluid levels balanced within us, protecting us from infections, bacteria, cancers, and other potential threats and junk, right? So the lymph system is a network of blood vessels and lymph nodes. So remember, the lymph system is different. It's fluid, and the lymph nodes are different also, working together to carry the fluids from our tissues to our blood and vice versa. So it is basically your body's inner drainage system. It's quite similar to our circulatory system, which our circulatory system is made up of veins, arteries, and capillaries, right, to carry our blood around. But our lymph vessels are smaller than our veins. They carry around a clear watery fluid called lymph, as well as protein molecules, glucose, salt, and other substances. So through the transporting of the lymphatic vessels, this fluid, it travels around our body, which is super cool, right? And the system includes several different organs, such as our tonsils, our spleen, our thymus, and our adenoids. Gotta love these words, right? So the lymph nodes are another important part of our lymph system. They are found in the various areas of our body, including our throat, right? Our groin area, our armpits, our chest, and our abdomen. So the lymph nodes play a critical role in fighting infection, recovering from illnesses, healing wounds because our immune cells are created within them, all right? So they can recognize what the lymph nodes can do is they can recognize harmful organisms that trigger the creation of infection fighting white blood cells called lymphocytes. So the lymph nodes, though, inside the lymph nodes, the harmful organisms are filtered out, and the white blood cells are created to protect our body. So our lymph system also helps us keep the bodily fluids in balance. This means that if our lymph system is healthy and well functioning, we won't experience any abnormal water retention, painful swelling. When our system is taken care of, it takes care of any of the fluid buildup and swelling due to injury and health issues, right? So how does it get congested? That's, a concern. Through chronic stress is one of the ways. So chronic stress is one of the main causes. It leads to lymph congestion. What happens is when our body is under stress, it creates a stress-fighting hormone, which results in free radical wastes that can lead to a variety of health problems, right? So chronic illness may lead to lymph congestion throughout our body. And so when our body is fighting this chronic inflammation, our body is creating more white blood cells to fight them. However, filling up your lymph nodes, it may end up filling up your lymph nodes and backing up our system and creating this swelling. So another reason that our lymph congestion can be taking place is a digestive imbalance, if our gut is imbalanced. So these imbalances may irritate the intestinal via, resulting in a common reason for lymph congestion, right? So our gut health and the health of our intestinal lining is essential for our lymph flow and detoxification and immunity. So some of the things like not drinking enough water, a lack of physical activity, these can result in our lymph fluid slowing down. Our lymph system also relies on pressure from muscle movement and breathing to move fluids around. So exercise, deep breathing. So this lack of pressure due to a sedentary lifestyle or chronic dehydration, it may slow and congest our lymph system. And the final thing that can cause congestion is a nutrient deficiency. In particular, if we're deficient in iodine, magnesium, and vitamin C, and that's where our bone complex is super helpful and supportive because it has the magnesium, vitamin C, and all the other different really super important nutrients and elements to be able to help keep our bones strong and healthy, our muscles supported, and as well as helping support our lymph system with that balance of nutrients. So how do you know if your lymph system is congested? So some of the symptoms, which ironically, sorry, I got an itch in my eye. Think about so many different conditions and diseases and all stuff can have very similar symptoms. But when we have more in a particular area versus another, then it kind of leads us in what direction we need to be looking at. And if you think about it, if our lymph system is, our immune system, in essence, helping with everything, with moving things and flowing and making sure that we're staying cleansed, when some of this stuff is taking place, it can kind of direct us and guide us that our lymph system could very well just be sluggish and congested. So, and remember that it can affect our entire body. So some of the symptoms can be if we're having fatigue, stiffness, muscle and joint pain, bloating, holding on to water, breast swelling during our cycles, itchy and dry skin, brain fog, headaches, weight gain, swollen glands, cold hands and feet, chronic sinuses issues, right? Cold, sore throats, ear issues, skin problems, and even cellulite. Because what's doing is our body's not detoxifying, right? And so it's holding on to all this stuff, and so it's storing things. So if you're experiencing any of these symptoms, and think about also that when a lot of these symptoms can be very similar to hypothyroidism. And if you think about it, they really can go hand in hand of if our lymph system isn't functioning very properly, then more than likely our thyroid isn't going to be functioning. So if we are having problems with our thyroid, we might want to look to see if our lymph system is draining properly. So there's several different ways that we can clear our lymph system and to really support it. So even though our lymph system is very similar to our circulatory system, unlike blood, lymph does not have a pump. Therefore, it has to rely on the contraction and relaxation of muscles to move it around. All right, so our blood has our heart to pump, right? Our lymph system has to rely on us to pump it. So there's a variety of different ways that we can do this. First, let's look at how our lymph system is cleaned. So when we're thinking about cleansing a congested lymph system, our upper chest region becomes key for the final drainage of the toxins and the ultimate cleansing. All right, so stress reduction techniques can encourage the contraction and relaxation of the muscles to help push toxins out of the body and to decrease the chances of the debris just building up. So deep breathing. Can really help promote that pressure to improve the oxygen supply to our cells, right? So the rib cage is a major lymphatic pump that is necessary for our healthy lymphatic flow. So our health and a healthy posture and exercise are also essential in facilitating the supply of the oxygen to our cells and to support that lymphatic flow. Other strategies are things like massage, dry brushing. These can stimulate the lymph system to be able to help remove the debris and to wash it out. And it's not difficult to keep our lymph system moving around our body. All we need to do is to be able to incorporate a few simple, right, natural lifestyle strategies such as deep breathing, optimal hydration, regular exercise, dry brushing, lots of different oil remedies and cleanses, cleaning these will all help with our lymph system being able to stay clean. So now let's look at each one of these individually and see how they can help us. So deep breathing, we just talked about how our rib cage is a major pump, right? And so exercise also is essential because it helps us to be able to do that deep breathing. It facilitates that lymph movement. So when we practice deep diaphragmatic breathing, we are able to breathe deep through our nose, hold it for 4 counts, then exhale for 2 counts through the mouth. All right, so we gradually increase how long we can hold and release the breath until we can hold for 20 counts and exhale for 10 counts. So let's try that. Okay, we're gonna go up to 20. All right, so that was exactly 20 and then 10. All right, so that gives you something to be able to build up to. So we want to repeat this 2 or 3 times per session, right? So practice 3 times a day for the best results. Then physical and emotional stress can both increase the risks of the lymph system getting congested. Think about, all right, so our bodies are almost 100% energy, 99.999. We talk about this all the time, energy, right? Just like an electrical current. So, and emotions are energy. And if that energy is being locked inside, it's going to create chronic issues. And stress is usually related to emotions, right? Our mindset and our emotions. So physical and emotional stress can both increase the risk of our lymph system getting congested. So we have to make sure that we're using effective strategies to be able to cope with our daily stress and to reduce the overall stress. So doing mindful practices, right? Meditation, guided imagery exercises, EFT, tapping, visualization techniques, grounding exercises, journaling, spending time with loved ones, and all of this, using our oils with all of this as well, right? Because they're going to really help support us as we practice all of these other techniques as well. Pilates, spending time with loved ones, being outside, playing with our pets even, remaining calm, being present in the moment, slowing down, increasing our joy. All of these are going to improve our lymphatic flow. So, you might say, Kelly, how on earth do I spend more mindful practices? Or I have a hard time with visualization, or, all these different things. Then that's where we go to our oils to support us through these other practices also. Let's say you want to really be into a mindful journaling set. So then what you can do is figure out which oil, like the adaptive. All right, adaptive is going to be super awesome for all of this. In using adaptive, put it in your hands, deep breathing. All right, and then be able to start journaling, doing whatever you're needing to do to be able to help bring down that stress reflexes. Hydration, we talked about hydration. So our lymph is about 95% water. So it's not surprising that hydration is super, super important for the function of our lymph system. Without enough water, our lymph fluid cannot flow properly, all right, which can lead to the congestion and the dehydration, which I'm gonna take a sip. And remember, water doesn't have to just be plain. It can be in the form of tea, it can be in the form with our oils, it can be in the form of tea and oils. Even teas and coffees and things that have caffeine can still be hydrating. All right, so any fluid, broths are fluids. So just making sure that we're continually sipping on something that is going to create hydration for our system. So adding lemon and lime, here's another really cool thing. Adding lemon or lime to our water can actually quicken the process of hydration and achieving a healthy lymph flow. So that's why I encourage y'all to put lemon in your water first thing in the morning, and then throughout the day, because it helps the system. It not only helps the gut start going and flowing, it also helps the lymphatic system. They also encourage just an alkaline environment in our system, which helps mineralize our lymph in our body. So let's see, what are some other things? Drink cold or room temperature water as you normally would to meet your daily requirement of 8 to 10 glasses, or really it should be the percentage of what your weight is, right? We talk about how whatever your weight is, so let's say a person is, we'll say 150 pounds, right? Just to be able to have a number. It's then that in ounces, not in ounces. You're not going to do 150 ounces, or are you going to do 150? I can't remember the math. I will definitely share it below. Tiffany knows. I'm going to tag Tiffany because she knows this exactly. I used to know it. I knew it, just like, anyways. Probably just because at the moment, on the spot, thinking about it, I got to think math. I think feelings. You guys know me. I don't think math. I think feelings. So sipping warm water every 10 to 15 minutes, just like I said, throughout the day will encourage also the lymph flow. So let's go to exercise and movement. This is one of the easiest and most effective ways to boost our flow of our lymph system. We don't have to focus on any specific form of exercise. It's just a matter of moving our body. It increases the oxygen supply to our tissues, it stimulates the blood circulation, and it's going to help the transportation of oxygen to our tissues and our cells and reduce that toxic buildup. So that's what's super, super important. A form of exercise, you're going to get two bangs for your buck, right? So another form of exercise that's super helpful for your lymph system is rebounding, or the mini trampoline, like I talk about all the time. This is really great for purifying our lymph system. It increases it increases our flow of our lymph system, of really draining the fluid and removing all those toxins. And it's really low impact, especially if you have trouble with your knees, trouble even with your adrenals, things like that. It's a great way to be able to drain your lymph system, to still be able to get some impact for your muscles, for your bone health and joints, and it's just nice. It is a really nice way to be able to get a lot of benefit. Then dry brushing and baths. So dry brushing is an Ayurvedic technique that helps boost our circulation. It helps boost the lymphatic flow, and it detoxifies as well. And it helps us remove dead skin cells, toxic waste. It stimulates our sweat glands by opening our pores. It improves our immunity, prevents cellulite, and initiates the development of new healthy skin cells. And then it promotes also the cleansing of our lymphatic system. I mean, talk about, and also remember, think about, our skin is our largest organ, right? So no wonder why it's able to be so effective, dry brushing, with so many different things, is because it's hitting a lot of things. So one of the great ways to be able to practice it is, one, you want to make sure that you have a soft, natural bristle. And we begin with light, gentle brushing strokes, always moving toward the heart. So I start with my feet always in the morning, and I move up my leg in circular motions. And what we're doing is we're moving towards the heart, and then the arms, I start with the hand going up the arm, and then it has a handle to be able to go on the back. Make sure and definitely check in this group. You can do a search of dry brushing. There are several different times that I have shared and demonstrated with the videos of dry brushing. So this is going to help improve the lymphatic flow back through our venous system towards our heart, all right? So on our stomach, we're going to practice clockwise motion to improve the natural digestive flow as well. The best time to practice dry brushing is before our shower or before a detox bath, which will help then wash away the dense dead skin cells and further improve the lymphatic flow. But really and truly, do it when just wherever and whenever, however it's going to be the best for you to remember to do it. It is better to dry brush than to not dry brush. Then detox baths. They can be really soothing, and they can also boost our immunity, right? Reduce stress, lower the pain levels, and help relaxation. And we can obviously use our oils with this as well. I love using my oils with dry brushing as well as with detoxing. So some oils that are really great for this are the Slim and Sassy, ginger, trying to think what else. The DDR Prime would be really great. All those different things. So for a detox bath, we want to be able to pick an oil, Epsom salt or sea salt, other natural things to be able to go in our bath. They all have different benefits, right? So for example, lavender and frankincense are really great for relaxation. DDR Prime is going to help with our immune system boosting, also with stress relief and anxiety. The new adaptive would be really great for just calming the mind. So the Epsom salt itself is great for detoxification and circulation and the lymph flow, whereas sea salt baths are great for inflammation, detoxing, skin hydration, and skin issues. Then we're going to look at oils that specifically help with our lymph system. We've got oils like cypress, sandalwood, digestin, our lifelong vitality pack, vitamins, and so those are just general for our lymph system, super supportive. So what we could do also is create a blend of chamomile, lavender, wild orange, mix that with some fractionated coconut oil to create a massage to go over our lymph nodes themselves. So remember, the lymph nodes are different hot spots. So we have lymph nodes in our neck, in our groin area, in our chest area, the underarms, but then we have our lymph system going throughout our entire body. There's even some lymph nodes up into the back of our head and our neck. We already talked about the oils that are really cleansing for our lymph system are lemon and lime. If we're really having some congestion, so knowing that cypress, sandalwood, digestin, and the lifelong vitality pack are great for upkeep for our lymph system, but then when we have when we're wanting to decongest it, then going to the oils like cypress, grapefruit, lemongrass, helichrysum, orange, wild orange, rosemary, thyme, citrus bliss, those are all really great. Now, it doesn't mean you have to use all of them. Think about which ones do you already currently have? Which ones do you find yourself resonating towards, really being drawn towards? And those may very well be the ones that you really needed. And so then add them with the ones that are obviously safe for internal use them internally to help with draining, but then also to body brush to be able to make sure and stimulate them on the lymph sections, the lymph nodes, and the lymph area. So then for drainage itself, specifically, helichrysum and lemongrass are super supportive for drainage. And lemongrass we can take internally, so take it in a capsule and then also body brush with it. To eliminate waste, lavender is super supportive for that. So then that's where a detox bath, after you've body brushed, and then you do a detox bath, and then we're going to talk about hot cold therapy. Take a shower after the bath because we want to wash off all those toxins, right? A bath allows us to relax and to soak in nutrients and oils and all that stuff, but then it doesn't really wash it off. And then to increase our function of our lymph system, lemon is definitely supportive with that. So the ways to apply it is 1 or 2 drops of any of the mixture of oils that we've been talking about on our neck, on our arms, the thyroid area, the reflex points on the feet, as well as pulse points on the wrists. 1 to 2 drops or a little bit more in our bath, body brushing with our oils. and then we can take some of them internally, right? So here's a cool, fun hack also, and it's called alternating showers, and it's another way to cleanse our lymph system. Is that when we take alternating showers, we stimulate the lymph system and provide an array of great health benefits. So a cold shower alternating may improve, say, chronic pain, give you more energy, boost the brain function, improve our mood, all sorts of things. So when alternating a shower, it can have the effect of circulation as well and the lymphatic flow. So what you're doing is the sudden exposure to cold constricts your blood supply, while the exposure to heat dilates and expands your blood vessels, allowing your body to drive blood into areas that it needs, right? So alternating showering improves muscle contraction through your body that allows the whole body contractions to squeeze the lymphatic flow through your system and boost lymphatic cleansing. So hot, cold alternating showers can improve our inflammation and boost our overall health. And you think about it, you do that along with these oils as well as, let's say, with our new turmeric duo complex, right? To be able to address any inflammation internally, the yarrow palm to address the overall of our skin health and inflammation as well as internal. So that's super cool to be able to put these different practices together with our oils and supplements to be able to get a lot of benefit and push for our lymph system. Now, to practice this alternating showering, one of the ways is you can finish your shower with a 30 to 60 seconds of cold shower. So that's what I usually do, is I take a regular shower, and I will then, before I'm getting ready to get out, I will turn my back to the shower nozzle, to the head of the shower, and then I just kind of hold myself there and then I turn it all the way to cold, and I just let it hit my head, and I let it then drip all the way down until my body, it's super cold feeling, until my body has quasi adjusted to how cold it is, and then I turn to where I feel the cold face on and then chest on. So that's a way to be able to do it, just so that it doesn't feel like just totally in your face, but I let it hit my head first so that it can go down through my body. So that is a way to experience the benefits of cold shower. And you can do hot, cold, but that is just a really, really great benefit. You can also take a cold shower or jump into a cold pool after spending some time in an infrared sauna or a hot tub. Also after, like I said, after a detox bath, it's been warm, then hop into a cold shower to help wash it all off. Having a massage is also a really great way to detox our lymphatic system, to drain it. We think of it as relaxing and pleasurable, but it also has shown to improve our immune function. It relieves symptoms of chronic pain and fatigue. It can increase the flow of our lymph fluid and flow to our muscles while reducing that fluid buildup, right, and preventing swelling, helping tissue repair, moving the energy out of our system. And it can help enhance performances and aiding in that quick recovery. Because again, it's breaking up the tissue, breaking up all of that stuff, and helping it really do what it needs to do. There are specific lymphatic drainage massages that really specialize in this therapy, designed to help release the toxic buildup, reducing the congestion, to help flush out the fluid from our tissues. That can then help lower our pain intensity as well. So some other massage therapies are deep tissue massage, Swedish massage, and these can also help activate your lymph system and flush excess fluids. Foam rolling. If you're not able to get to a massage therapist yourself, doing foam rolling is a really great way to do that self-myofascial release. Doing self-massage, all right, on yourself as well. First thing in the morning, I massage my legs. I kneel, and I sit kind of in a kneeled position where I'm massaging my legs. I'm stimulating the sides of my rib cage. I'm rubbing on my arms. I'm just rubbing and moving, just trying to get that fluid just going first thing in the morning. then this is a really cool, fun one that I have not had the opportunity to take advantage of yet, and I look forward to, but it's infrared sauna therapy. There are over 80,000, I want us to think about that, over 80,000 toxic chemicals used regularly in the US, and over 500 chemicals stored in the body on an average individual, right? So that's kind of crazy. So clearly, our environment is super toxic, and it creates a huge concern for us and our system, right? So this is where sweating is super important for our body. It's key for removing toxins. So while our exercising, it's essential for cleaning and sweating and cleansing. A sauna therapy can actually benefit us more in improving that lymphatic function, because an infrared sauna is non-invasive form of light, right? It heats us from the internal. It pushes toxins to our circulatory system, and it encourages that removal of the toxins. Infrared saunas also are much more effective than steam saunas, and this is part of the reasons why. So traditional saunas, they use air and steam to create perspiration. The sweat that leaves our body contains about 97% water and 3% toxins, whereas an infrared sauna uses heaters that emit radiated heat that helps us perspire 80% water and 20% toxins. So you can see there are some great benefits to infrared sauna. But again, these are all different ways to be able to, so even if the only thing you're able to start implementing is starting to drink more water with lemon and lime, body brushing with your oils, doing, let's say if you just do those, right? That right there is a great start. And then implementing rebounding, implementing detox baths, implementing self-massage, all right? These are all things you can do in your home. So finally, let's look at our lymph system is absolutely and totally essential for our immune system, right? For protecting us from inflammation, from illness. It is, when it's congested, it can make us prone to infection, to disease, and just ickiness, right? So we want to keep our lymphatic system flowing and being smooth and free from congestion. It's super crucial for our health and well-being. So thankfully, we have these oils, we have these strategies, we have all of these different ways to be able to really help and support our system. If you guys need any help, any other questions, any thoughts, definitely share with me below. Let me know. And let's see how we can start implementing at least one of these ways to support our lymph system today and this week. And then just start building, another one on top of that each week. All right, you guys take care. God bless. Have a beautiful and blessed day. I'll talk to you soon.